Всем привет! Я рада всех приветствовать. Наконец-то смогла начать эту трансляцию, потому что это уже третья попытка, и я очень рада, что она удачная. Надеюсь, что все будет хорошо, все пройдет, как я и хотела. Вот. И, в общем, я уже очень хочу начать проходить как сюжетку, так и открыть Энканомию, поэтому мы быстренько начинаем. Так. И вот так. Вот Наэль приветствует, да. И мы начнем с сюжетки. Так, это нам куда нужно идти? Я, правда, примерно понимаю, что там может произойти, но все равно старалась не хватать спойлеры. Я просто увидела Нингуан и вспомнила то, что она мне теперь очень нравится.
Today to make an important announcement. Perhaps some of you will have heard the news already. I am, in fact, planning to rebuild the Jade Chamber.
Rebuild the Jade Chamber?
Да, в общем, они просто восстановили.
Rumors are true. No wonder the price of building materials has gone up so much lately.
The Jade Chamber means a lot to Lady Ningguang. Getting involved in this would be a huge opportunity.
Lady Ningguang, is there any way we can be of service?
Patience. Since the news made it out a few days ago, I have already had many people contacting me to declare an interest in joining the project.
Ну, это хорошо, что есть такие люди.
Nevertheless, I do have a few matters I should like to entrust to you here today. The building site has been chosen, and most of the material, they are as follows. Sunset Vermilionite, Wonder Cores, and Adepti Sigils.
Что-то ей не нравится.
Excuse my ignorance, Lady Ningguang. I'm familiar enough with Plaustrite, but I've never even heard of those other two.
Мне и Плаустрит
Only sufficiently large pieces of Plaustrite, or specifically Vermilionite, may earn themselves the Sunset moniker. This stone is what allows the Jade Chamber to float. Wonder Adepti Sigils serve as a means of integrating the mechanical devices with Adepti art. They are as indispensable as the mechanical core itself. Although these three items are rare, I trust that with your connections and capabilities, procuring them will not be a question of if, but of when. I take the saying, time is money, more seriously than most. Efficiency is everything. I will pay a generous price for the materials that you find. And in addition, the first three people who collect all the materials will have the opportunity to ask me a question.
Возможно, этим человеком
You
будем
may
мы?
ask me anything, and I will give you an honest answer.
These things won't be easy to get hold of. But if it means a chance to get some inside information on Liyue Harbor's development plan for next year...
Then it's the deal of a lifetime. Information from...
Haha, what a coincidence! I won't divulge too much, but I heard some murmurings about some Plaustrite just the other day. So excuse me all, but,
Красиво.
I have some business to do.
No. We better move quickly, or this opportunity will be snatched away.
Ningguang's rebuilding the Jade Chamber?
Конечно же, мы поучаствуем.
So you heard my announcement, did you? What do you think?
И потом в нарезке сделала
Interested.
крупным планом всех этих птичек.
Yes. Providing the question pertains to something I am knowledgeable about.
Но что-то подсказывает то, что ничего путного мы не получим, но
Really?
можно попробовать.
Ooh, then Paimon will ask you about how to run a business.
Хороший вопрос.
Then we'll never be short of Mora ever again.
Of course. But how much information I share with you will depend on your performance. The construction of the Jade Chamber requires a great deal of space. The abandoned mine outside the Golden House has been selected as the building site. Once you have collected the materials, please take them there.
Мне очень нравятся эти птички.
I have other business to attend to now. Otherwise, I would gladly escort you to the site in person. When you do arrive, please seek out my secretary.
О, Егор, привет. Спасибо за пожелание. Тебе приятного просмотра вечера.
Remember, this is a race against
Спасибо,
the clock.
что пришел.
A rare opportunity presents itself to you. Do not let somebody else snatch it from your grasp.
Ну, понятно, это, в общем, будет гонка. Какие они
Ningguang
большие.
seems super busy. Come on, first we
Общем-то,
gotta
да.
get out of Eugene Terrace. Huh? Look, it seems like there's something kind
Тетя,
of fishy
тетя
going
Шень
on
Хэ.
over there.
Ma'am, you seem like an eminent and distinguished young lady to me. I can see that you're easily gonna win this procurement contest Lady Dingguang has set up.
Так, они хотят воспользоваться ее мощью.
As it happens, we have some information about the materials that I really think might interest you.
No, I don't need it.
Don't be like that. Hey, come on! Don't go! Why don't you stand there? After her!
Oh, right, yeah.
И что это было? Зачем они за ней идут?
Did you hear that? They said they had some useful information. Information's just what we need right now. Let's follow them and...
Сюжетка это, конечно, очень хорошо, но фарм никто не отменял, поэтому... так. Я не понимаю, зачем они, кстати, уменьшили количество цветов, когда было 4, было так хорошо. Зачем такие жертвы?
I'll catch up. Huh. They're not here. Let's keep looking.
Наблюдать это значит, мы не должны попасться? Или все нормально?
Well, will you look at that, ma'am? Nowhere left
Я
to
бы на их
run.
месте так не напрягалась, Шень Хэ.
Don't worry, we're not bad guys.
Или они не знают,
You
кто
give
они,
us
но
some
как
more,
бы...
we give you a little info. Every
Boss, I got a bad feeling about this. Look at her, the white hair, the energy she gives off. I'm telling you, there's something different about her.
Нингуан с белыми волосами это шутка?
So what? She's loaded. How are we ever going to repay those gambling debts if we just let money walk away?
I've already told you, I don't need your information. If you still can't grasp that, I'm happy to repeat it in a way that won't be so easy to forget.
Come on, ma'am. You seem like an intelligent lady. I shouldn't have to spell this out. It's not about whether you need the info or not, okay? It's about you taking out your money and handing it over and nobody getting hurt.
I won't.
No more excuses! Yeah, I saw you. Strolling into Leo Lee Pavilion, then Shinyue
В общем, да,
Kiosk,
они за ней следили.
then Wanmin Restaurant. Same story. How could you afford to be so wasteful if you weren't from a rich family? And
Master warned me not to lay a hand on anyone in Liyue Harbor.
Заморозь.
But here we are. Perhaps... yes. Let's call it fate.
Boss, I'm telling you, something's not right.
Я бы на их месте уже убежала.
what are you afraid of? We're just selling information. It's not illegal. If she lays a finger on us, all the better. We'll sue her for...
Oh, you again.
Красивая какая картинка получается.
The Millilith? What are the Millilith doing here? Did you do this? You ought to mind your...
Silence! How dare you threaten innocent civilians? You're coming with us.
No, don't be angry, sir. Please, let me explain.
Так,
Шень
в
Хэ.
порядке. Шень Хэ.
Shen, huh?
Шень Хэ.
My name.
Oh, so your name's Shen Hэ. Paimon's name is, well, Paimon. And this is Paimon's travel buddy.
Oh, I've heard about you two before. Thank you for helping to defuse the situation. I could have dealt with it myself, though. I suspect smashing his head against the ground a handful of times is all it would have taken to get him to surrender.
Неплохое решение.
You can't do that. That's way too violent. This is Lila Harbor. There are laws against that kind of stuff, you know.
Laws? No, apparently not.
Really? So how exactly have you...
That would be my stomach growling. I haven't eaten enough.
She's so honest. Wait, that's right. They said you went around all the
Да-да-да, вот
restaurants
она
ordering
попробовала по
this, and then of
кусочку,
course you're still hungry.
Chingson, glaze lily, violet grass. These are my usuals. Medicinal herbs?
Это какие-то уже похожие штуки у Гансhin.
Kinda hard to explain. Anyway, Booba Pharmacy's not far away. After all, you
Может быть,
can't
там
work
будет
on an empty
бойчу?
stomach.
Я очень на это надеюсь.
Psst. Do you think Shen Hэ might be an adeptus?
Байчу? Байчу нет.
Seems like it's her first time in
Are you
Liyue
here to buy some
Harbor,
herbs?
and she
I
doesn't
do
seem
hope
to
you brought
get
your prescription.
How things work here. If she is an
Ginseng,
adeptus,
glaze
that
lily,
would
and violet
explain
grass, please.
everything.
Ой,
Half a
это
pound of
наложение
each.
звука не очень понравилось. Ну ладно. Четверть килограмма это 250 грамм.
What kind of prescription is this? Sounds more like a
Really?
lunch order. Oh, here you go. That's everything we have in stock.
Thank you.
She's really eating them.
My hunger has now abated. Thank you.
Это похоже на шоколадные конфеты.
Rather awful.
Невкусно.
Though they were not completely devoid of sweet fragrance. After consuming a large quantity of them, bitterness is all that remains.
Мне очень нравится ее голос, то, что он, несмотря на ее такую нежную внешность, довольно-таки низкий и сильный в какой-то степени.
So, how come you chow down on these and barely touch the
Да,
restaurant
почему
food?
трава не ресторанная еда?
Paimon had enough, Mora. Paimon would go to the fanciest restaurant in town and order a whole table of food and eat it all in one go.
Because I'm not sure whether I will remain here in the future.
В
The
плане?
food of the mortal realm is most delicious, but should I return to the mountains, yearning for the food here shall only pose an obstacle to my continued spiritual development. Sampling each dish in order to appreciate its taste is enough.
Return to the mountains. That
Да, да.
proves it.
Enough about me. What are your plans from here?
Помочь с постройкой этого Нефритового дворца?
Paimon almost forgot. We came out and now we're
I see. I heard something about the contest.
Yep! You get to ask Ningguang any question you want if you win! Were you interested in the contest too, Shen Hэ?
I came for the rebuilding of the Jade Chamber, but until this point I had no intention of joining a contest. However, you have shown me your kindness, and I
Хорошо.
would now like to lend you my assistance. Oh, don't worry.
Wow! You really don't have to. But having an adeptus help out will make things a whole
Добро
lot easier.
пожаловать
Then
в
let's
команду.
not delay. I have a plan.
Great! Paimon bets this is gonna be the awesomest plan ever!
I am not sure whether or to what extent this plan can be classified as awesome.
Ну, в общем, он
Ideally,
эффективен.
simply need to dispose of everyone who is currently ahead of
Так
us.
дело не пойдет.
No! That is not acceptable! Not by a long shot!
Really? But I hear that competition is in essence about conflict and one-upmanship.
Look, we want to win this competition fair and square, okay? Sunset Vermilionite, Wonder Cores, and Adepti Sigils. Let's start at the top of the list and
I was wondering who I could hear arguing over there. So,
Боится.
it's you.
Baiju? What are you doing out here?
Хороший, хороший, хороший.
Lady Ningguang wishes to purchase a large batch of wound dressing. We're running low at the store, so I came out to fetch the ingredients personally.
Возможно, мне кажется, то, что вот его моделька все обретает все больше и больше какой-то динамики, потому что я помню, раньше он просто стоял в сторонке, а сейчас как бы
How
появляется
come Lady
ракурс.
Ningguang needs so much
Может
wound
быть,
dressing all of
может
a
быть.
sudden?
Это такой намек, то, что он появится когда-нибудь.
I'm not too sure. I did hear she's
Или
looking
я
to
забыла,
rebuild
что
the
он делал
Jade
раньше.
Chamber. Maybe for its first aid on site?
Так,
I
в
didn't
общем,
ask though. Oh, and she also borrowed Chi-Chi. Meaning Boo Boo Pharmacy is very short-handed right now. I don't suppose
Конечно же,
any of
хотим поработать.
No, we've got other stuff to do. While you're here, though, you seem to know a lot. Have you ever heard?
Ah, the variety of plostrite used in the Jade Chamber, yes? There is some, as far as the records show, virtually all sunset vermilionite in existence has been mined and
Это мы
taken
можем пойти к
possession of.
синюшке тогда.
Okay, then. Let's go ask a... Thanks, Bajie.
You're quite welcome.
Спасибо, спасибо.
Good luck to
Ну да, явно будет игровая моделька, потому что вот этот у него раздельный плащ. Есть. Такие цвета красивые. Что ты можешь еще сказать?
Why does Lady Is it really such risky business?
Please, show me your prescription.
Это было далеко бежать слишком. Неужели мы не встретим Синтю? Или там был Синтю?
Master Xingqiu, thank
Синтю.
goodness you're finally back.
Хороший.
Oh? Why do I detect an urgency in your voice?
Прям слышно Беннета, прям
The
очень
guild has had
сильно.
a whole string of strange orders in recently.
это неплохо.
Everyone's been completely caught off guard. Your father gave me specific instructions to ask you to stay and help out if I happen to see you.
I see. Have someone sort the orders by type for now. I'll deal with them myself.
Oh, how wonderful. Thank you, Master. With you on the job, I can breathe a sigh of relief.
Hey, Xingqiu. Glad you're here. We want to ask you for some information.
Traveler, Paimon, please wait a moment.
Что
Shu,
такое?
I need to entertain some guests. Please continue with your...
Understood, Master Xingqiu. Then I will leave you
Да,
in
спасибо,
peace.
спасибо,
I
пока.
wasn't counting on finding you here today. What's going on? And how, pray tell, may I be of service?
Xingqiu, have you ever heard of sunset vermilionite?
Oh, I see. So you've entered Lady Ningguang's contest as well.
As well?
The truth is, the Feiyun Commerce Guild is in possession of some sunset vermilionite, but only one piece.
Может быть, мы объединимся.
We are holding it on behalf of someone who has asked us to put it up for auction. And a
Или нет.
lot of interested parties have already come to us inquire. At the end of the day, it all comes down to supply and demand. In this case, I'm guessing the final
Нет, такое нам
transaction
не
price
подходит.
may be an
500 million?
Honestly, I would recommend that you don't bother bidding on this one. The price is greatly inflated, and it's just not worth it.
But without any sunset vermilion...
Don't panic. I don't suppose you ever heard of Sea Gazer?
Не слышали?
Oh,
Sea Gazer was once very close to Mountain Shaper, but if I am not mistaken, he has already passed away.
yes, precisely. I didn't know anyone else knew about him. According to records of drifting clouds, Sea Gazer once built an abode to store his rarest and most exquisite treasures,
Это хорошо.
among which was some sunset
Да,
vermilionite.
и где же это
After Sea
видел?
Gazer passed, the abode was abandoned. And it's luckily, I came into possession of a stack of folk history books just recently. They make some oblique references to this lost abode. And that
That's great! But is it really okay for us to just go and take his treasure? Wouldn't it be a little, you know, disrespectful? With him?
You needn't worry. As far as I understand, Sea Gazer was very open-minded. Even while he was alive, he wouldn't have let something like this bother him.
Ну, это хорошо.
open-minded. I have not heard of Sea Gazer being described in this way before.
May I ask where you read that?
Из текста своей жизни.
Just a rumor I heard out in the mountains.
Ну или так.
All right then, let's go.
There's something about this young lady that reminds me of a good friend of mine. Oh, I almost forgot. Adepti abodes tend to have very ingenious designs, especially when it comes to their defense.
Okay, we will be.
Да, Синюшка, спасибо. И теперь нам... так. На всякий случай сделаю так сразу. О! Это место я помню.
Let's see. Shincho said it should be around here, but Paimon doesn't see anything.
Интересно.
This place was hidden using a special Adepti art.
Wow, that's amazing! Yep, let's take another look around.
С помощью чувства стихий,
Hey,
я
look!
думаю.
Is that a new Celia over
Именно.
The Sealy got to here and...
Возможно, тогда возьму место на Аяку.
A pleasure to be working with you.
Я все здесь.
What? Weren't we at a waterfall just now? How did we suddenly end up here? Oh, so many clouds.
I believe this is the abode of that Adeptus. With any luck, the sunset Vermilionite we're looking...
Really? Let Paimon see! Look, it's gone and snuck beneath the... And now that Paimon takes a closer look, the rocks and trees here don't seem complete.
These are not real clouds. They are the product of an Adepti art used for spatial partitioning.
Красиво.
If we want to go down, we must first destroy...
All right, then let's do...
I sense the presence of monsters in this place.
Да ну, с щиточком. Блин, вот я не знаю, стоит ли. Просто у меня как бы из кривого персонажа это вот Аяка, самая такая сильная. И для нее вроде бы и баф было бы хорошо.
A blade embraces its
Но
duty.
я и Ника скоро. А у меня совсем немного круток. И 100% гарант. Ладно. Можно уже подождать Йорира и потом уже выбить. Я немножко не знаю, как идти. Но, видимо... все хорошо. Так, вот это плоский, который дает звездочки.
My apologies.
Не, сильный Беннет.
Let's light it up.
Этого для счастья достаточно.
Gather!
Куда идти? А вот все. Паркур, паркур. Это оно, это не оно, ну ладно. Вообще очень красиво сделано. Прям очень-очень красиво.
Manifest! Obey!
Crumble!
Whirling snow!
Ну, ощущается, ощущается. Где камень? Блин, я из этих кустов ничего не вижу. Может, конечно, дело не в кустах, но... Так, где звездочка? Может, тут еще какие-то сундуки есть?
It appears that we've been taken for intruders. This time, why not allow me to take care of this?
Раз, так.
Let me weave you a
Не
verse.
то, почти.
By ordinance divine,
Вот так. И теперь...
take flight.
А что мы будем пить?
Kamisato art. Sometsu.
I will have order. Gather.
The core of the mechanism is exposed. Now's our chance.
Теперь хорошо.
My apology. Take your true form.
Она довольно-таки сильная, прям очень-очень даже сильная. Опять мы падаем.
Whoa! We're gonna fall! Is everyone okay? Look! The Celia disappeared beneath the clouds again!
It looks like we need to go further down. But before that, let's destroy the guard mechanisms on this level first.
Obey. Unleash. Sakura swirl.
Solidify.
Everybody stand back. Let's
Order guide you.
Так,
My apologies.
ага.
We're gonna fall! This time, we're really gonna fall! Ah! So high! Luckily, there was a pool of water at the bottom. Otherwise, that could have ended very differently.
Так, я хочу осмотреть это место на наличие сундуков.
That Sealy's on the move again. Let's catch up with it.
Ни один сундук не скроется.
Huh. Something looks different about this stone wall. Let's take a closer look.
Какие-то загадки. Загадки. Нет, это реально прикольно. Тут как бы нужно думать, хотела сказать. Там, наверное, все. Или... Нет, тут не пройти. Понятно. Этот камень все. И просто эти по очереди двигать? Или не двигать? Хорошо.
Solidify!
Do your master's bidding! Whirling snow! Embrace the ice!
Вроде таки.
I will have order. Quake!
Teamwork is true! Rain outlines your fate. Witness. Take your true form. Obey!
Что делать?
Sakura swirl!
А якость не... Видимо, у меня не самая сильная якость.
Gather!
Take flight! Cryo incarnate! Whirling snow!
Rise!
Kamisato art! Sometsu! Take flight!
Так, и тут нет сундуков. Что это такое? Сундуки должны быть. Допустим.
Look, over there! Could that be the sunset vermilionite?
А, так это из того, что... О, из чего сделаны вот эти вот плиты? Красиво. И очень приятная музыка, такой лоу-фай, можно сказать. А как его взять?
Is this it? Is this... It's so huge! That's true, but then again...
Plaustrite doesn't float until it's activated. It may look different from most ordinary stones, but it weighs around the same amount. Only after being activated does Plaustrite reveal its true nature.
Wow, Shen Hэ. You seem to...
Only because my master is fond of chatting about these things. The moment I don't care for her stories most of the time.
Hold on a sec. Paimon, if we activate it here, there's no way we'll be able to get it back to the site, right?
Что же делать?
But if we don't activate it, how else are we...
Don't worry. I can handle the weight quite easily.
Are you sure? Be careful.
Please don't worry. I'm well aware that a Plaustrite samp my safety.
That's right. Paimon's sure you can handle it and everything. But if something this heavy lands on you, you're gonna get yourself hurt. No matter who you gotta be extra careful when lifting heavy objects.
Is it now? Well then, thank you. I'll go on ahead with the plastrite. Let's meet at the building site later.
Почему не
How is
показали, как она его
Shen Hэ able to
поднимает?
carry that huge rock all by herself? Huh. Adepti super strength much?
Это все?
We can't slow down yet. Let's go
Или
meet her at
что-то
the
еще?
building site.
Видимо, все. И вот опять я задумалась о том, чтобы убить Шень Хэ. Что же это такое? Ну, в принципе, опять же, вот как бы в обновлении я очень хочу ейника, и я ее получу. Вот, и думаю насчет Казухи, потому что он очень хороший универсальный персонаж.
Oh my god, I can't believe my eyes.
How can she lift that massive rock all by herself? She's got to be one of those adepti, surely.
Oh, mighty Adeptus, please give me your blessing so that in the coming year I may reap a more bountiful salary.
This is top tier in size and quality, and the condition it's in is quite simply immaculate. I'm going to award you full marks for the Sunset Vermilionite item.
My name isn't important. I'm not even here to compete. I was just delivering this for some other people. They should be here any minute now.
Какая она хорошая.
Shen Hэ and Ningguang's little helper.
Ah, so you're the ones behind this. No, but I have to correct you on one point. It's not helper, it's secretary.
Да, кстати, служанка звучит не очень.
Okay then, Miss Secretary, what do you think of the rock we found? Pretty amazing, right?
In truth, it is the finest piece of plastrite we have received so far. If everything goes according to plan, we will use this piece in the foundation of the Jade Chamber, which will enable us to proceed to the next stage of construction. As a side note, Lady Ningguang has rented some dwellings in the nearby area. Now, please excuse me. As you can see...
Shen Hэ, just now on the way over, pretty much everyone was singing your praises.
Oh, really?
What kind of reaction is that? So strange.
Что же
Whenever
ее может
Paimon gets
обрадовать,
praised,
если
Paimon
такое ей
can't
не
help but
радует?
hold her head.
I've had similar compliments before. They call me an adeptus, treat me with great deference and respect.
Yeah, 'cause that's how adepti are. At least the ones we've met are pretty unique and reclusive, too. Way different.
But I am not...
Shen Hэ?
I'm fine. I've been exerting myself quite a lot ever since we set foot in that abode. I'm just a little fatigued.
А как же ей восполнить жизненные силы?
Well, Byron said
Да.
that there are some makeshift...
No need. I simply need to find myself a secluded place in the wilderness to sit.
You can't do that. It's dangerous out in the wild on your own. When you're hungry, you go eat something tasty. And when you're tired, you go lie down in a nice, comfy bed. All right? Seriously, don't punish yourself
Да,
like
пойми
this.
слова.
Okay. If you insist.
Great! Now we're talking. Let's head to our...
Это раньше было? А, это золотая... Золотая палка. Раньше было. Теперь можно зайти в эти дома или нет?
Hi there! Checking in. Since this was chosen as the building site for the new Jade Chamber, we've had a constant stream of people in this area. So, business is booming for me today. Very few vacancies. You're
Great!
One of your rooms is still being cleaned. I guess it should be ready with... Here are your keys. All right.
Shen Hэ, you should go get some rest. We'll hang around. Paimon's gonna go see if there's anything good to eat around here. Let's buy one for Shen Hэ too. She can have it as a midnight snack. Or save it for breakfast.
All right. I will head to my room for now. If you need anything, don't hesitate to disturb me. I'm like,
Hey, isn't that Cloud Retainer? What's she doing here? Let's go and say hi.
Ой, ну я ж правильно лезу? Да. Что ты расскажешь?
One trusts you have met Shen Hэ. So, are you getting along quite well?
So far, so good. Yeah. So, you know Shen Hé too, Cloud Retainer?
Naturally. Save for Ganyu, who spends the majority of her time in Liyue Harbor. All the Adepti living today are acquainted with Shen Hé to some...
Cool. So, what's her Adeptus name anyway? Calling her Shen Hé feels kind of friendly, but also kind of disrespectful. So,
Her Adeptus name? Why, pray tell, would Shen Hé have an Adeptus name?
Don't all Adepti have a special title they go...
On this latter point, you are correct. However, Shen Hé is human.
Oh, right. Wait, what? What? You knew already? So is Paimon the only one who didn't know?
Do you mean to say that she presents differently from ordinary human beings?
Ну, учитывая то, что она невероятно сильная.
To start with...
Ah, yes. She was like this all those years ago when one first found Shen Hé by chance in a cave. One was passing by and sensed the presence of a god's remains. Being of an ever-vigilant disposition, one entered immediately to inspect the scene. Inside was Shen Hé, then aged around 6 years old. In her hand,
That sounds so dangerous.
when one arrived, she had already been locked in confrontation with this monster for several days. Most mortal children are fragile, both physically and that she was able to endure such terrible danger was due not only to her strong willpower, but all one dealt with the monster, yet she still refused to lower her guard. She even pointed her dagger in one's direction and remained ready to strike. Only after she was satisfied that one had no intention to cause her
Я вот
harm
не знаю,
did
опять
she
же, стоит ли
finally
все это
relent.
засчитывать.
She then passed.
In other words, if you hadn't passed by that day, Shen Hé might have...
Not necessarily. Upon one's arrival, one could sense that the god's wrath was gradually receding. Even had the stalemate continued, one suspects that Shen Hé may have still emerged the victor of the confrontation.
That's still so dangerous, though.
Да, все равно очень
Why was
опасно.
a tiny little kid battling against a...
Alas, the mortal
пришлось
world is
сражаться.
rife with suffering of every kind. And she had experienced her fair share of this, even as... Indeed, it is one to whom she refers. Shen Hé has an extraordinary constitution, making her well adapted to practicing. However, her homicidal urges did not subside with age. Rather, they grew. Moon Carver once performed a divination for her. He declared that her fate is to bear the curse of calamity. Consumed by malevolent energy, she is
Если
prone to
красными
bring harm
шнурами
to those
запечатали ее
around her.
душу, то что тогда запечатали
Such is the
угольник, который
magnitude of
тоже
the
есть
danger this
красный шнур?
poses. The red ropes have indeed served to keep her calmer and more content. They also seem... It is only by fate that people's paths may cross. Now that Shen Hé's path has crossed with yours, please be sure to treasure the gift that fate has given you.
Oh, now Paimon gets it. You came out here to check up on Shen Hé.
Huh. You dare draw such a facile conclusion on the nature of one's present excursion? Incorrect. The truth, Ningguang once made a bold assertion that this is to be the era of the contract between Liyue and the humans. If she handles it admirably, one is willing to be a witness to her achievements. But if she does, let us conclude our conversation here for today. One has occupied enough of your time, and night is approaching. Be sure to get ample rest.
После таких разговоров можно и не уснуть. Так, вроде бы нужно дождаться 10 часов. И Надзума как маленький маячок.
Hey, so, Shen Hэ.
Master has relayed my situation to you, I take it.
Oh? How did you know?
I'd intended to wait until you came back before going to sleep, but I didn't hear you come in. I was worried that something may have happened to you, so I went outside to check and caught sight of my master. On top of this, you have been acting very strangely around me this morning, causing me to suspect that my master must have told you everything about me. After all, master is...
Да, вот поболтать она любит.
Sorry, Shen Hэ. Paimon had you down as an adeptus this whole time, but it turns out Paimon was wrong.
It's okay. I don't mind. The fault is mine for not explaining everything to you sooner, because in my experience, trying to explain is a futile pursuit. Still, though you mistook me for an adeptus, you never treated me as distant and unapproachable. Instead, you treated me as you would a friend. For this, I am very grateful indeed.
Да ну как с тобой по-другому?
To be fair, we've met our fair share of real adepti, too. Anyway, now it's settled. From now on, you're our friend. Whether you're an adeptus or a human isn't the important thing.
Got it. Although I don't know quite what it entails in terms of what I have to do, I must say I like the title friend very much indeed.
Great! Well, now that... But before we do that, let's go to the building site and ask Ningguang's little helper how the progress is going. After all, Sunset Vermilionite is so rare. Paimon doubts many competitors will really be able... Oh, and another thing. We bought some grilled chicken drumsticks on the way back last night. There was a place just outside. Here's one for you, Shen Hэ. Try it!
Учитывая то, что ее наставница птица, я вот не знаю, будет ли она это
I
есть.
concur. It has a rich flavor, far more agreeable than those I've cooked for myself in the wilderness in the past.
Наконец-то Юнти и пойду. Ой, хорошо.
Look! Look! The Jade Chamber is floating into the sky! But it seems to be tied down by something.
That's because it's not finished.
Hey, Bylin! And hey, Beidou! And hey...
Какая она красивая. Я не смогла ее выпить. И, ну, я уже не хочу рисковать гарантом, поэтому выпью ее, точнее, приглашу, когда это будет возможно, на празднике морских фонарей. Он вроде бы так называется.
Given the enormous scale of the Jade Chamber, we split the construction work into 2 phases to make sure the structure... Before we find some suitable plastrite, we build the Jade Chamber. Once the plastrite is ready, we place it into the keel and let the partially constructed Jade Chamber rise up to the height of the surrounding mountain peaks. The remainder of the construction work is then carried out at that altitude. Once everything is ready, we release the iron tethers and allow the Jade Chamber to rise to its target altitude.
Miss Bywin, we've brought some new materials to submit.
One moment, I'll be right there. The construction work has only been able to progress this rapidly thanks to the plastrite provided by you. Lady Ningguang is most grateful and looks forward to seeing more of your work.
Wow, can't believe you sourced the plastrite so quickly. It's the key piece of the puzzle. Looks like you beat us to the punch.
Beidou, you're joining the Jade Chamber contest too?
Какой же вопрос она хочет задать Нингуан?
Sure am. I happened to get my hands on a chunk of sunset vermilionite on a voyage a while back, so...
Huh. So even though it's rare, we're not the only ones who managed to get a hold of it.
Oh, I've got some introductions to do. This is the renowned Miss Yoon, or Yoonjin, probably the most famous figure in the Liyue opera scene.
Greetings.
These two are Paimon and the Traveler, both good buddies of mine. And this is... sorry, not sure we've met.
Шень Хэ. I am there.
Возможно, как раз таки не
Friend.
могут подружиться, потому что Шень Хэ, что Бэйдо довольно-таки прямолинейные и открыты.
Good to meet you. A friend of a friend is my friend too. Or, as I like to say, a mate of a crewmate is part of the crew. Miss Yoon is also here for the contest. Turns out she needed to borrow a boat, so we came together.
It's an honor to finally meet you both. I've heard much about you. Miss Shen Hé, though we are only meeting for the first time, I have a feeling that we will get along very well indeed.
Конечно, мы в одном баннере.
To be honest with you all, I am in great need of this opportunity to ask Lady Ningguang a question. That's why I joined the contest. Thanks to my father's connections, I was able to acquire a specimen of the plaustrite required. Fortunately, it was approved for submission, despite being a little on the diminutive side. Wow! So it looks like the three of us are competitors now. Excuse me for prying, Miss Shen Hé, but are you competing as well?
No, I don't have any questions for Ningguang. I just wanted to help her win.
In that case, I have a proposal to make. Lady Ningguang said that the first three contestants to procure all three materials will be awarded the chance to ask a question. Well, instead of competing against each other, we could work together to secure the top 3 places between us. Sounds great, but...
I think I see where you're going with this, Miss Yoon. The plaustrite was the most difficult item to source by a long shot. Luckily, all 3 of us managed to get our hands on it. How'd I do? Is that what you had in mind?
Precisely.
Huh. Interesting approach.
Okay then. All right, I'll go first. I have some leads on these wonder cores. From what I've heard, the core itself is really not that difficult to make. The hard part is getting hold of the ore used as raw materials.
We will head into town and seek advice from Master Zhang of Hanfeng's Ironmongers. Thoughts?
Wonderful. We'll split into teams then, and whoever makes progress first brings all of us a step closer to victory. I'm gonna take off. See you later.
Okay, let's go! By the way, what question are you gonna ask Ningguang Yunjin? I'm looking for a venue to host the performance of our new opera. Lady Ningguang has excellent judgment, so I would like to hear her opinion. Ooh, what's the opera called? Paimon wants to go see it. The opera is a labor of love by my father. He wrote it based on a popular urban legend about an evil spirit and an adeptus. It's called The Divine Damsel of Devastation.
Я думала, она будет уже петь. Мне интересно, возможно ли найти здесь что-нибудь хорошее? Или же нет? Так, ладно, идем к Джаню. Вроде бы. Почему мне гильдия мало?
Ad Astra.
Это не так важно. Вместе с магазином отец оставил мне один очень ценный совет: крепкое дело строится на крепких связях. Когда работяги из шахт приходят ко мне за ремонтом, я не беру с них ни одной моры. Я только прошу их рассказать, если они найдут какую-нибудь редкую руду. Каждый кузнец мечтает сделать легендарное оружие, выковать самый острый клинок. Льюэ — это владение властелина камня. Именно здесь я надеюсь найти подходящую руду для легендарного оружия. Если я буду получать руду напрямую от шахтеров, то смогу продавать оружие дешевле, чем конкуренты. Тогда холодный клинок станет самым популярным оружейным магазином. Дай мне знать, если раздобудешь интересную руду. Ядрах чудес. Стоп, я что, вор спрашиваю? Это не то. Хорошо, но не то.
Here to sell.
Так, а как его... Я что-то не то делаю? Как обычно, как обычно.
Boats are made for transferring commodities back and forth, and those that come across Liyue tend to stay a while. So it is where many things come to settle.
Конечно. Джону нужны самые лучшие ботинки. Так. Бронзовый воробей. Бронзовый воробей — это... Мы с ним разговаривали, когда проходили какую-то сюжетку. Может быть, Сяо? Или нет? Что-то знакомое. Еще и стоячую воду пройти. Так, сейчас я надеюсь, что вот я поговорила с ним. И все-таки вернусь к... Все, хорошо. Так. Говорю тебе по поводу ядер чудес. Привет, тетя. Что ты тут делаешь?
Oh, it's you. Seaside. Dangerous. Chi-Chi is helping with the evacuation. Yes, Ningguang said there's something bad in the sea. So... she sent Chi-Chi to evacuate everyone. But no one will listen to Chi-Chi. So instead, Chi-Chi is guarding this place. If danger comes, Chi-Chi will protect everyone. Don't go near the sea. It's too dangerous.
Хорошенькая. Так, не отвлекаться. Все, пошло, хорошо.
Ah, hello. Are you here for something off the shelf, or do you need something
Почему ты
forged?
спрашивала про холодный клинок?
Excuse me, Master Zhang. We were wondering if you'd heard of something called a wonder core.
Of course I have. Sorry,
My name is Yunjin. Perhaps you don't know me, but I believe that you forged some weaponry for my father in the past, for stage use.
Yunjin? Stage use? Oh, so... sorry. My brain's finally caught up. It's not used to doing much beyond that. So, you're here to ask about wonder cores, huh? As it happens, I do know how to make them. Matter of fact, the types of ore needed to make wonder cores are a little hard to come by. Lady Ningguang supplied them herself last time. I don't suppose you...
No, we were gonna ask you what kinds of ore we need.
Sure. Well, you'll need two kinds. Star Splinter Iron and Subrosium.
Есть? Наверное. А нет, то руда звездного серебра.
If I remember correctly, Lady Ningguang sourced her Star Splinter Iron from the Mount Tianheng area. They say it could take some work, but if you stick with it, you'll find some eventually. As for the Subrosium, though, I'm really not sure. Sorry. Of course, it's probably just hearsay. If you want my advice, start by looking for...
Mount Tianheng.
Interestingly enough, the story of the divine damsel of devastation also takes place on that mountain. I hear the view there is quite spectacular. A favorite destination of the Adepti, in fact. Perhaps it can give me some inspiration. Let's not delay.
Пойдем, пойдем. И что тут, что тут?
I came to Mount Tianeng once with my father as a child. I remember it being such a long climb that I could barely feel my legs by the time we reached the top. This is quite a trip down memory lane for me. Look at these majestic towering peaks and the gently flowing streams. It's like setting foot in paradise. No wonder the legend of the divine damsel of devastation is said to have taken place here. Adepti wander oft where mortals seldom stride.
The divine damsel of devastation is your upcoming opera, right? And the story takes place in Mount Tianheng. Huh. Seems like you have a real connection with this place. What's the story about, though?
It's the story of a girl becoming a hero.
Cool. A hero story?
Мне очень нравится озвучка Пайман.
The legend first arose in this area. It is said that there used to be a prosperous village on the mountain. In that village, there was a loving couple who were completely devoted to one another. One day, a terrifying monster appeared. The wife was out collecting herbs and was kept. The vile and vicious monster told the villagers, "If you want to live, you must sacrifice a child to me."
What a nasty piece of work! Paimon sure hopes this monster gets put in its place!
But the monster was so terrible and so strong that all within the village were terrified of it. Just while they were discussing whose child would be given over to the monster, a little girl suddenly stood up and...
No! Don't do it, little girl!
Unbeknownst to anybody else, she was concealing an exorcist's blade. She approached the monster's lair, feigning fear and trepidation. When she finally arrived, she courageously drew her sword and entered into a fierce struggle with the monster, from which she eventually emerged as the victor.
Есть ли здесь связь между вот этим вот происшествием и Шень Хэ?
Her extraordinary abilities drew the attention of the Adepti, and they took her as one of their own. Her story became the stuff of legends. But alas, the paths of mortals and Adepti seldom cross, and she would never again re-enter the mortal world. And so, destined to grace the mortal realm for but a brief moment,
I really like this story. But I personally think that perhaps the little girl was not as brave as the opera makes her out to be. I'm not sure she deserves all the praise she is given.
I've never considered that before. Opera is always an interpretation of the events it purports to portray. A certain degree of deviation from the truth is always inevitable. When my father wrote the script for this play, I suppose his intention was to inspire his audience.
I think it's a great story. The ideal story.
Well, it sure inspired Paimon! Let's go get her...
Ну, очень хорошо, это мне нравится. Так. Это немного не то, но тоже нужно. Так. Это все еще не то, но тоже хорошо. Это она? А. Да, это она. А где еще? Так, ну, Джоном здесь не очень удобно, конечно, ее искать. Не пишу, не пишу. Значит,
This should be enough star splinter iron. Now we just need to find that Subrosium.
I think I saw a village on our way here. Master Zhang said we should ask the locals for help. Why don't we try there?
интересно, как он вообще выглядит, потому что...
Really is someone here.
Потому что я без понятия.
Yunjin, looks like you were right. Excuse us, sir. Can we ask you something?
Интересная реакция.
Huh. He didn't seem to catch that.
Hello, sir. We were just passing by and wanted to ask if you happen to know anything about Subrosium.
Is he trying to tell us to
Мне
look for
кажется, тут
clues in
что-то
the
уже
village?
не то происходит.
Shenhua, Yunjin,
Sorry, you can go ahead without me. I'd like to have a word with this gentleman.
Она же делает штучки, как и Чунь-Юнь в плане изгонять демонов, может быть.
If that's okay with you, Uncle Mingjin.
Или нет?
It's...
Шень
Нет, все
Хэ.
нормально.
Shen Hэ. You're alive. I'm sorry, I don't know how to find Subrosium. But I think you can
Почему он
find some information in
не
the
говорил,
village.
а теперь заговорил?
This place is deserted now. No one ever comes here.
huh? You know this guy, Shenhua?
Thank you, kind sir. We'll go and take a look around.
Молодец.
Don't worry. Mingjin has no ill intention towards Miss Shen Hэ. She'll be...
Okay, then let's see what...
Как он выглядит?
What's this?
Врач сказал, что ты тяжело болеешь, не волнуйся. Я дам все, что у меня есть, чтобы спасти тебя. Мое сердце обливается кровью всякий раз, когда я вижу, как твоя слабость становится все сильнее. Твоя болезнь не поддается лечению. Но почему я не могу терпеть эту боль за тебя? Ты сказала, что ни о чем не сожалеешь в этой жизни и только хочешь, чтобы я позаботился о Шень Хэ. Ага. Но если ты ни о чем не сожалеешь, откуда эти слезы? Я уже давно не понимаю, что делаю. Хотя я все еще дышу, я чувствую себя пустой оболочкой. Я прочел все древние тексты, которые получилось достать, но это ничего не дало. Удача, это Мин Дзюнь. У него нашлась книга, которая могла бы спасти тебя. Я забрал ее и последовал инструкциям, чтобы призвать божество и предложить ему жертву. Божество явилось. Я сказал ему, что готов обменять свою жизнь на твою. Он промолчал и только указал на нашу дочь Шень Хэ. Божество сказало, что ее судьба — переносить беды и что она может только причинить вред своим близким. Божество также сказало, что она, возможно, даже была причиной твоей смерти, и я решил, что должен это сделать. Я оставил ее в пещере, о которой упоминало божество. Прошло 3 дня, а новостей все еще нет. Я становлюсь беспокойным от ожидания, меня охватывает зловещее чувство. Мне очень жаль, любимая, прости меня. И ты тоже, Шень Хэ, пожалуйста, прости меня. Каким же я был глупцом. Как слеп я был. Позвольте мне извиниться перед вами обеими. Лично.
So, Shen Hэ is the divine damsel? Now that I think about it, she does behave rather like an adeptus, and she is about the right age. So that's why I've been getting the strangest feeling whenever I chat with her. I should have noticed it earlier.
Я вот не знаю, это ошибка перевода? Или что происходит? Ладно.
According to this text, the divine damsel from the opera was actually the daughter of the loving couple. And she didn't volunteer. She was sacrificed to the monster.
Так это ее отец?
By her... Oh, the truth is even more lamentable than the opera. Now I understand why Shen Hэ said the girl was not as brave as people think. It wasn't her choice to enter that ghastly situation. She was forced into it.
Но выжить в такой опасности — это тоже признак храбрости.
It looks like my father may need to make a few revisions to his beloved opera.
Еще. Семья экзорцистов жила к востоку от
So it
деревни,
seems that
но в
Shen He's father
течение
thought he
двух-
was summoning a benevolent deity using a magic incantation. But in fact, he summoned an evil god's remains, which took the form of a
В
monster.
общем, да, он хотел использовать магию, чтобы призвать доброго духа, но в итоге призвал монстра. Семья экзорцистов жила к востоку от деревни, но в течение 2 недель мать умерла от болезни, маленькая дочь пропала без вести, а вскоре после того отец повесился на дереве во дворе собственного дома. Мгм. Подтвердилось, что в деревне были обнаружены следы останков злого божества. Среди жителей деревни поднялась паника, так как никто не уверен, исчезли ли останки злого божества навсегда. В этой области следует быть осторожнее. Может, мы позовем Чуньюня?
His obsessive yearning for his deceased wife led to a terrible tragedy. The villagers moved away in fear, without ever learning the truth. Still, I do wonder what the connection is between Шень Хэ and Mingjun.
А так это не точно то, что он ее отец? Может быть ее отцом?
We've looked everywhere, but still no mention of Sabrosium. Let's have a look over there.
Так, нет, тут. А мы заходили в дом или не заходили? Наверное, заходили.
This is it.
Магические знаки, выгравированные на суброзе. Ох, я это прочитала! Сохраняются в течение долгого времени. Некоторые верят, что этот камень способен соединить энергии инь и янь. Пожалуйста, Чуньюнь. Однако найти суброзе непросто. Требуется отправиться в правильное место в нужное время. Легенда гласит, что вы можете найти суброзе, если встанете посреди озера к югу от горы Тяньхэнь на закате и посмотрите в направлении заходящего солнца. То есть, стоим на юге от горы, смотрим на запад.
So basically, we need to go to the
Стоим
middle of the
на
lake
юге,
south of
смотрим
Mount Tian.
на
Let's
запад.
go back and tell Shen.
Это надо запомнить. Но кто этот человек тогда?
One year when I was back visiting, I heard a story about a white-haired adeptus from a merchant passing by. I never imagined it was you.
Он говорит про адепта, здесь девушка.
I was a very close friend of your father's.
Ага, все, хорошо,
I could have
прояснилось.
stopped him from performing the summoning ritual. I had plenty of chances, but I bring flowers back here every year. And each time I wish I had a chance to apologize to you.
Apologize for what? If you'd stopped him, he'd only have found another way. There is nothing he wouldn't have done for his true love. Nothing.
Do you still hate him?
I don't know what I feel. I'm told my fate is to bear the curse of calamity, so my master bound my soul with red ropes to curb my aggression. But it also dampened my emotions, making me dispassionate, like the Adepti. So if you ask me how I feel about the past, if I hate my father or not, the truth is, I feel nothing at all.
Иногда это может быть самым страшным.
It must have been so tough for you all these years.
Shen He, we're back.
Oh, then I will leave you all in peace. Shen He, it brings me some solace knowing that you are okay. I'll tell you more about the old times next time we meet.
Thanks, mister. We found some info in the end. Shen He, look. This tells us how to find Sabrosium. All we gotta do is go to the middle of that lake.
Let's go then.
Что такое?
Miss Shen He, there's something I'd like to talk to you about. Just now, in the village, we found your father's diary. It turns out that many of the details in the Divine Damsel of Devastation are not true to the facts. So I'd like to change them.
Why?
I know I say that opera always deviates from the truth, but now that the main character is standing right here in front of me, I cannot simply dismiss your lived experience in favor of my father's fiction.
It's okay. I like your version.
Каждый раз, когда она говорит, что ей что-то нравится, это ощущается как такая просто высшая степень награды.
My master once said that the day I learn how to use my strength for the good of others is the day that I can truly become part of human society. So, I hope that one day I might be brave enough to stand up and protect others, just like the girl in the opera. But I've never thought this way before, and I wonder whether I will continue to think in this way.
Don't worry. I believe you will. In fact, I think maybe you've already started to become the person you aspire to be. You just haven't had the opportunity to see it for yourself yet.
Shenhua! Yunjin! Cut the chit-chat! Let's go! We can't let someone else beat us to it!
Какое озеро это? А, нет, это не то, что я думала. Так, юг снизу. Смотреть нужно на запад. Запомнила. Запад там. Там был блеск или показалось? Или все-таки был блеск? Вот здесь. Что-то я сделала не так. Значит, еще раз. Вот там на секунду показалась какая-то звездочка. Так, скрипт не сработал, но я смотрела в правильном направлении.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
Вот что-то. Или не нужно было в эту сторону идти? Видимо, не нужно было. Очень интересно, но ничего не понятно. Еще раз. А что вот должно вообще случиться? И что правильно сделать в этот момент?
Where do you want to go next? If you'd like to see Liyue's tourist spots, I have a few references.
Что должно произойти? Нет, ну это какой-то момент, на котором совсем не хочется вот так застревать. О, ого, ого. Нас что, смотрят самые красивые спортсменки этого мира? Даша, так вот, пришла. Перекручиваю. Вот. Так. А где я была? Около телепорта или на озере?
Violet grass is a plant that enjoys a moist environment and is best picked after it rains. If you should choose to pick any, be sure to store them appropriately. Osmanthus wine tastes the same as
Мне нужно не рубить эти кусты? Дерево чуть дальше. Вот это дерево. Я не могу понять, что нужно здесь сделать. Я вижу мужчин. И не понимаю, что нужно делать. Сяо, ну ты помнишь, что как я к нему отношусь, вот поэтому ты помнишь, что нужно делать вот именно здесь, потому что мне что-то не получается, что нужно дождаться сумерек и каким образом должны появиться камни. каким и где.
Every journey has its final day. Don't rush.
Нам нужно оставаться вот в центре озера или...
Order guide you.
Let me weave you a verse. I'm going in! Adventure time! Let's light it up! Off we go!
Это была эмоциональная разрядка.
Adventure time!
И теперь мы возвращаемся в центр озера. Пока что я не понимаю, для чего. Попробую отмотать, может, чуть больше времени, чтобы оставалось. Допустим, вот так. Чтобы именно в 17:30 мы уже несколько минут постояли на том месте. Может быть, так должно быть?
Ау!
Вижу утку. На больше, чем 17:30.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
Там впереди должно что-то появиться. Какой-то звук. Свет. Ну вот так, может быть. Почему это так неожиданно сложно? Так, и...
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
Это что-то вообще непонятное.
Off we go.
Лягушка, лягушка, лягушка. Хотя там вроде бы было написано то, что быть на юге озера. Юг озера это вот что где-то здесь. Но потом же нас послали на середину. Так, ну значит я пойду гуглить, потому что не понимаю, что нужно сделать.
Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not. No one's joined me on an adventure in ages. Come on, let's go! Oh, ow! Where did that come from?
Так, там лягушка. Может быть, нужно телепортироваться сюда, оставить нужное время и только потом становиться на центр. Вот так. И теперь во время заката иду в центр озера. Не понимаю. Не понимаю.
Let's go find some treasure. Off we go. Adventure time.
Может, нужно по какой-то специальной траектории дойти к этому месту? Но уже поздно, солнце село. Пробую на 17. Перезапустить игру. Так, тогда попробую последний раз и потом просто реально перезагружу, потому что это что-то непонятное. Как бы со временем иногда бывают проблемы, но чтобы настолько. Красиво. Хотя бы можно посмотреть на закат. Который нам ничего не принесет. Ладно. Тогда я делаю вот так. И перезапускаю Genshin, потому что это не дело, абсолютно не дело. У меня еще в планах была сегодня Энканомия, потому что очень хочется туда все-таки попасть. Потому что я знаю, что там очень красиво и классная музыка. Но как бы... Учитывая, что прошло 1,5 часа, мы прошли, наверное, квест, ну, может быть, я думаю, наполовину. И застряли на таком глупом моменте. Перезашла. Снова сюда. Время примерно, я думаю, как раз таки то, что нужно. Может быть, нет, уже поздновато. Перематываю. Ну, около, пусть будет так, 17:04. Так. И что же будет? Что же будет? Будет яйцо, хорошо. То есть, по сути, я делаю все правильно?
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
Возможно, сделаю вот так, просто чтобы телепортироваться на побольше расстояние. Вот так вот. Тут мы бегаем. Делаем это задание. Почему бы и нет? Пойдем куда? Вот, все хорошо, мы делаем очень важные дела. Ну, лишняя мора не будет лишней. Теперь снова время на 5 часов. А будет какая-нибудь, не знаю, компенсация? Или что? Или... Теперь идем сюда. Берем это задание. Хорошо. Идем в центр озера. И ждем. Который час? Вот почти 17:30. Все, хорошо. И что же будет?
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
Есть какие-то еще предложения, что можно с этим сделать? Потому что это выглядит не очень хорошо. Может быть, открыть Энканомию, если это возможно, потому что это мне уже не нравится. Центр озера, он вот есть. Я не думаю, то, что отмотка времени, перемотка времени влияет на это. Очень-очень странно. Причем вот я перезагрузила игру. И как бы... Почему хоть один стрим не может пройти хорошо? Я что, Беннет? Красиво стоит, как красиво стоит просто. У меня, кстати, лежат карты. Вот Саши, конечно, наверное, уже нет, а может быть есть. Сегодня я забрала карты, которые заказывала еще в октябре по коллективке, по Геншину, оригинальные китайские карты. И очень хочется их распаковать, но я держусь, чтобы сделать это вместе с подружкой. Но если там будет Беннет, то список кинов, наверное, добавляется еще и он, судя по всему. Так, который час? Ну вот почти около 17:30. Все. Не, ну если в этот раз не получится, я пойду в Энканомию, если смогу. Потому что я не думаю, что кому-то интересно такое смотреть. Мне и самой такое неинтересно делать. Поэтому, да.
Where do you want to go next? If you'd like to see Liyue's tourist spots, I have a few.
Нужно делать такой ситуации. Ладно. Ладно. Все, я беру свои слова обратно. Как и всегда, как всегда. Ой, ты тут. Так. А куда ему воздать почести? Ну вот, как бы, да. Так, да ты просто проходил, хорошо, хорошо. Зато скрипт не багнулся. Это уже хорошо, это уже победа. Вот, багнулся тут кто-то другой, судя по всему. Так, да. Все, надо драться. Самое время, я уже заскучала. Без драк. Да. Вот это все.
No, my sword. Let's light it up.
Благодарю тебя, могущественный адепт, и тебе спасибо, всесильная героиня. Какое совпадение, что мы снова встретились. Мы знакомы? К чему этот кадр? Ладно. Разве можно забыть лик адепта? Я Вань Пенянь? Разве вы не помните меня? Допустим. Звездолов, смерти моей хочешь? Адепт все еще здесь. Я готовился сделать подношение в храме бронзового воробья, но вскоре, после того, как я поднялся в горы, на меня напали эти похитители сокровищ. Спасибо, что спасли меня. Минуточку, зачем ты шел в храм бронзового воробья? Собирался сделать что-то плохое с его статуей? Нет, даже в мыслях не было. Что ты собирался делать? Я хотел восстановить храм. Это хорошо. Сегодня я планировал оценить состояние храма и купить необходимые материалы. Это тот, который притворялся этим, Сяо. Все, я вспомнила. Не думала, что по пути на меня нападут похитители сокровищ и придется спасаться бегством. Я бежал, куда глаза глядят, и заблудился. Дальше вы все знаете. Продолжим разговор в храме. Да, это не лучшее место разговора, поговорим в храме. Вы идите, у меня есть другие дела. Все, пока. Ушел. Подумать только, храм в таком ужасном состоянии. Итак, с чего у тебя вдруг возникла идея восстановить храм? Ну, это долгая история. Пока я притворялся адептом, я собрал для этого много материалов. Но после того урока, который преподал мне адепт, я поклялся творить добро. Я уже приготовился уничтожить эти материалы, как вдруг мне в голову пришла идея. Вместо того, чтобы просто уничтожить их, я мог бы поделиться этими материалами, включая мой справочник шарлатанства с другими людьми. Очень хорошая вещь. Я могу помочь другим распознавать мошенников и обманщиков. Я не ожидал, что написанный мною справочник поможет стольким людям. Даже в департаменте по делам граждан сказали, что это очень полезная книга. Они не только поделились со мной методами борьбы с мошенниками, которые я добавил в справочник, но и заплатили мне приличную сумму. В ближайшее время я планирую написать книгу о защитнике Якса. Ее целью будет рассказать всем о его подвигах. Я смогу с пользой использовать свои знания фольклора. Я обнаружил храм бронзового воробья, когда собирал материалы для второй книги. Здесь написано, что храм был построен в память о Якса по имени Бронзовый Воробей. Логично. Но я никак не ожидал найти храм в таком плачевном состоянии. Когда я подумал об этом, то решил профинансировать ремонт этого храма из своего кармана. В конце концов, меня тоже наставил на путь истинный один из адептов. Полагаю, ремонт этого храма можно считать искуплением моих прежних проступков. Похоже, он не врет. Так, мимо как-то еще их по ролям озвучу, но это я еще не умею. Как ты думаешь, Хелио? Да, искренне. Что значит вполне искренне? Это чистейшая правда. Неважно, думайте, что хотите. Если не верите, то приходите, когда работы по восстановлению храма начнутся. Сами все увидите. Так. Я могу вернуться к тому заданию? Могу, хорошо. Все. Сейчас все должно получиться, я на это очень надеюсь. Снова на вот так, пока мы доберемся туда. Мне аж стало легче. Я уже думала, что что-то произошло не так, что-то делаю не так. И все, уже конец.
Benny's Adventure Team, assemble!
Ой. Работает. Хорошо. Ух ты какой. Красивый.
That's everything we need! Let's head back and report in! Paimon's curious if Big...
Так, ну ладно, я поговорю с Сяо все-таки, раз мы его нашли, то можно поговорить.
What brings you here? Have they found a solution to the danger in the sea?
В море таится опасность.
Ningguang didn't tell you. Something has happened in Guyan Stone Forest. According to the contract, as an Adeptus, I should not get involved for now. But these things can be unpredictable. I have a contingency plan of my own.
Поэтому
Only a single mountain lies between here and Liyue Harbor. If things get out of control, I will defend this place myself.
Молодец. Угу, так, хорошо. Здание идет.
Rise! Oh,
So, are they okay?
this is some top quality ore you found. I think I'll get a good end product out of these. Guess now it's my time to shine.
Давай, давай,
Hey
давай.
everyone, how's the A-team doing? I ran into a bit of a brick wall on my end. Suling's never seen a Wonder Core before, and says it'd take a lot of
Да можешь
research for
уже
him to
не
get up.
искать?
Leave the wonder cores to me. I'll work on them while you go about your business.
Там что-то мы должны были от
Don't
адепта
worry.
взять. Удача
It won't
адепта.
take me too long.
Вроде бы.
Much obliged, Master Zhang. We should look into the Adepti sigils next, but where should we find items relating to the Adepti?
I'll sort that out.
Oh? You got this then?
Yes. I have been training with the Adepti for years. I know a thing or two about making sigils.
Это хорошо.
When we first met, I told you I came for the Jade Chamber, not the contest. In fact, I came specifically to deliver Adepti sigils. Master heard that Ningguang was planning to rebuild the Jade Chamber, so she sent me to deliver some Adepti sigils to her.
Мне очень нравится ее
Master also
дизайн, но
said she
абсолютно
hoped
не
that I can
нравятся
take
ее
this
штаны,
opportunity to
низ,
rejoin
в
human
целом
society.
одежда.
But now that I'm here, I wonder if I've been removed from the world for too long. There's so much basic knowledge that I lack. Maybe it won't work for me to stay here after all.
То есть вот до сюда красиво, но
But
здесь
either way,
я не
I'm very
понимаю
glad to have
подставку.
met you, and I'll take care
при
of
этом
those
голый
Adepti
палец.
sigils.
Without knowing the ins and outs of your
Да, ну, в общем,
situation,
она
I
поможет нам
can't say
сделать
what.
талисман,
Now that
всё
our
хорошо.
paths have crossed, we'll always have a connection. So if you're ever feeling down, come find me on my ship. There'll be a drink waiting for you.
Thank you. So, Master Zhang, I'll need to use your facilities to make the sigils.
Fine by me. I'm actually curious to see how the Adepti arts
Вот
work.
старый Джан очень
Maybe I'll
хороший.
learn something.
В отличие от Вагнера, он добрый, и это очень хорошо. Он тоже занятой человек, но при этом это не делает его грубым. Хороший, хороший.
Whew. The sigils are ready. Though they are in some respects inferior to my master's, I can assure you there will be no quality issues.
Покажи,
I've
покажи,
finished
покажи.
forging the things you asked for, too.
Great! Let's go submit them before someone else gets there ahead of us.
Она... О, какие красивые штучки. Какие красивые штучки. Центр управления и... О, это что-то знакомое. А, ну, почти. Наверное, это будет самый короткий путь, надеюсь. Ух ты! Красиво, красиво. Я, кстати, не помню, остались ли там... Ну, там, наверное, уже не будет тех книжек, потому что, когда я была во дворце, это был не сильно большой ранг. И у меня еще не было такого желания все собрать. Поэтому, может быть, что-то могла пропустить.
Ningguang's little secretary! We found all the materials!
Oh, already? All three of you found them together. Okay. I see the wonder cores and adepti sigils look good. It seems that we found our winners. I hereby announce that the winners of this material procurement contest are the Traveler, Yunjin, and Beidou.
What? It's over already? I haven't even found the plustrate yet!
I can't believe it.
Хотя, блин, было бы здорово, если бы вопросом для Нингуан стало... Мол, а можете ли вы ответить на вопросы других участников? Или что-то такое, может быть?
So close, but so far.
I'd like to invite our three winners to please proceed to the Jade Chamber, where Lady Ningguang is waiting for you.
Huh? Where's Beidou? She was right here!
Captain Beidou has some business to attend to. She will join later. Please come with me for now.
Alright then, guess we'll head on up to the Jade Chamber first. This has been a long time coming. The last time we went up to the Jade Chamber...
Практически, ну, больше, чем полгода, это точно. Ух ты.
Combine the adepti sigils with the wonder cores and insert them into the Jade Chamber's control compartment.
Быстро они построили, конечно, дворец за день-два.
The construction of the new Jade Chamber is now officially complete. Once the tethers are released, it will soar into the sky. Thank you all for your work. Now it is time for me to fulfill my promise.
У нас будет выбор опять вопросов.
Yeah!
Пайман, ты замечательная.
Miss Yun, I've already heard something about the reason for your involvement. You are looking for a venue for your new opera, aren't you?
That's right. Lady Ningguang, I would like to hear your opinion.
The unveiling of Miss Yun's grand new opera surely requires a venue of equal grandeur. So what would you say if I proposed that we stage your first performance right here? The Jade Chamber offers a splendid panoramic view of the mountains and the bustling city. It is fitting for the finest performance to be hosted in the heavens.
Thank you, Lady Ningguang. Then I will prepare my props and other articles shortly. Please allow me to bring all these aboard the Jade Chamber.
You're quite welcome. It's truly what a good opera deserves.
Oh, a traveler, Shen Hэ, Paimon, I'll be leaving now. Do come and see my play when the time comes.
You're next. What is your question? I should clarify. I do not know your brother's whereabouts. Please, don't waste your question on this matter.
Wow, you're a mind reader, Ningguang. Oh well, guess Paimon will ask a question then.
Managing a successful business is not as simple as you might think. Capital, connections, sensitivity to the trends, and instinct for what is a good opportunity. All of these traits are crucial. If you want to know how to make money, I will honor our agreement and give you an answer. But that is not to say that it will work for you.
Wow, Paimon hadn't even asked the question yet.
Your question was written all over your face. Now look, you helped me rebuild the Jade Chamber, and I intend to repay you handsomely for it. So I promise you that should you one day require financial assistance, you may seek employment here. I will pay you at the highest rate of remuneration.
Oh, great! So next time we run out of Mora, we just need to come to Ningguang?
Видимо, этим Джун Ли и занимается теперь.
No more questions from us. Shen Hэ, you got a question?
Me?
А как же вопрос Бэйдо?
Yes, this is a group effort.
Thank you. But I don't have anything to ask.
Are you sure? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I'd urge you not to squander it.
Yeah, just don't waste it. Hold on a second. Paimon can probably think of another one.
Lady Ningguang, do you think I can ever fit in Liyue Harbor?
Now that is an interesting question. Liyue Harbor is very inclusive. As long as you respect the rules here, you will not be turned away. So, the key is whether or not you yourself can develop a sense of belonging in Liyue Harbor.
Есть такая штука, как позитивная свобода. Вроде бы Ролла Мэя, но я не уверена, у меня с этим не очень хорошо. Но то, что, в общем, правило позитивной свободы — это чувствовать себя частью общества, но при этом не зависеть от него. Вот, и как раз-таки чувство сопричастности — это та самая штука. Вот.
A sense of belonging.
Yes. To become fond of a place, to feel part of it, it always requires a reason. Perhaps someone you've met, or something you've experienced here. Or perhaps you enjoy the atmosphere of Liyue and you will become accustomed to it. In short, everyone needs a reason to stay. I hope you can find yours soon.
I see.
Hey, what's going on? I just went to see the fleet a little later than expected.
Come on, Beidou, it's your turn. Do you have a question for Ningguang?
Me? Nah, I ain't got any questions. She forced me to help out, so I figured I may as well get involved with the contest. Ningguang, don't forget what we talked about. It's not gonna be easy to deal with. I don't think my fleet can take it on their own.
Don't worry. I have made preparations. The wound dressings are ready, and the Millilith have set up an ambush.
Glad to hear it. Watch your back. Stay alert.
Beidou, Ningguang, what are you talking about?
You'll see when the Jade Chamber ascends. However, it's not the most pleasant topic of conversation. Maybe it's better that you don't know. When I first set foot in the Jade Chamber, I stood at the edge of the platform and looked down upon Liyue Harbor far. At that time, I dreamed that one day the Jade Chamber's shadow would be seen in all 7 nations of Tevat. My wish has not changed to this very day. However, it is not only out of consideration for myself that I have built the Jade Chamber anew at this time.
Он вроде бы стал выше.
I hope the Jade Chamber will always float in the skies above Liyue Harbor, bearing witness to the prosperity and peace of the human world. And I hope that you can all witness it with me. Let the Ascension ceremony commence!
Понятно.
Right on cue. The Avenger of the Vortex, Beisht.
Who is that?
Osial's wife. Final follower of the Overlord of the Vortex.
Sounds like you knew this was coming.
Beidou sensed something was stirring in the deep. She warned me months ago. Knowing she harbors hatred toward the Jade Chamber, I chose to rebuild it now as a way of drawing her out.
Got it. Well, let's go fetch the Adepti.
No. In this human age, the people of Liyue must find a way to overcome this crisis on our strength alone!
Я молчу, потому что лучше молчать. один из страхов на самом деле.
What's that? Wait! A giant wave!
Меня однажды накрыло волной. Я знаю, это всегда очень страшно.
You are a cursed child. Your life brings nothing but disaster to us all. At least if you die, I can bring her back.
The day you learn how to use your strength for the good of others is the day that you can truly become part of human society.
Почему это похоже на Frozen? Ну, это, конечно, очень динамично. Так что драться, драться.
What are you doing here?
We can't let you be the only one taking this risk!
I hardly see this as a great risk. The people of Liyue Harbor are well prepared, and she is already badly injured. Only sheer willpower is keeping her alive. I may be nearing the end of my stamina, but in a fight to the death, I think I have the upper hand.
Так, ну это же не все. Кто это? Кто это? Кто это?
Gather!
Rain outlines your fate. My will embodied. Let's light it up.
Stabilize!
Take your true form. Whirling snow.
Gather!
Теперь нужно эту голову бить.
My will embodied. Unleash. By ordinance divine. So rude. Kamisato art.
Не думаю, что это поможет.
Solidify!
Yeah. My apology. Manifest.
Crumble!
Очень красивое место.
Gather!
My will embodied. Take flight. Embrace the ice. Rain cutter. Teamwork is dreamwork.
Это все? Нет, не все. Последний удар, последний удар.
Solidify! This is order.
как хорошо проходить все это на...
This place is
когда у тебя
unstable.
персонажи
It is too
более-менее
risky to
прокачаны,
continue
потому что
pursuing
помню,
her.
как я мучилась, когда
If the
первый
place
раз
collapses,
ощущала... Что это были? Это были... большие арбалеты? Баллисты?
I'm just a little
И
exhausted.
я очень много умирала, было
Otherwise,
страшно,
fine.
но сейчас как бы
I wanted to deal with it myself. I didn't expect you to follow
спокойно,
me.
комфортно.
Don't worry.
Хорошо.
She's not coming back anytime soon. After an injury like that, she'll likely seek refuge somewhere else.
How did things go underwater?
It's been dealt with. She was injured before entering the water. It didn't take too much effort to finish the job.
Good. So the crisis has been safely averted. When you...
Lady Ningguang, the fleet reports that the sea monster has left Guyan Stone Forest.
Thank you. How are the Milliliths?
Thanks to the medical supplies you prepared and Lady Keqing's command, our losses were minimal. Of course, we owe huge thanks to this young lady for her help. On behalf of the entire Millilith, thank you for your service.
Great. Then next time I watch Miss Yun's opera, I'll be able to take the compliments. I wasn't trying to be a hero, though. I just wanted to protect you.
Let the soldiers recuperate, but don't let your guard down. If she returns with a vengeance, we must be prepared.
Yes, ma'am.
You've been monitoring us for some time now. I trust you've reached a conclusion.
You wish to hear one's opinion. Well, things would have hardly gone so smoothly had it not been for Shen Hэ.
Да, вот только хотела сказать то, что вроде бы они подготовились, но при этом
That I do not deny. However, final victory was always going to be ours, even had things been a little more arduous.
Ну это вот да.
If it came to it, I could always destroy another Jade Chamber.
One has observed your adaptation of the Guizhong ballista.
Всегда
Find
могу его
oneself
уничтожить,
compelled
и
to
снова
admit
лишилась.
that you have evidenced some degree of novel thinking. You have learned from past failures and prepared for this crisis
Да,
in
прогресс
advance.
есть.
Hence, on balance, one finds your performance during this trial satisfactory.
While the position of Tianquan remains mine, I will always ensure Liyue's safety.
Shen Hэ, one saw you secretly venture out from the mountains a few years ago, and noticed the air of dejection in which you returned. Hopefully this trip to Liyue Harbor has been a different experience.
Yes. I can't explain it, but I feel happier than I expected.
Good. Traveler, please take good care of Shen Hэ. She is a dear child. In fact, one has many fond memories of
Вот
Shen
это она
He's
может.
childhood
Да,
that you may be
и там еще и
interested to hear
загоню
about.
что-нибудь скажет, конечно.
There'll be no need for that.
Oh. They are all like this.
Да.
Fine. Since you care not to listen, one shan't be telling you.
Please, have a good rest. Come to the Jade Chamber when you have recovered your energy. We must celebrate both the completion of the Jade Chamber and the fact that Liyue has
Пусть
weathered
опера
another
опера, я хочу
crisis.
услышать пение Юнь-Цзинь.
Gather!
Нужно все собрать. Нужно собирать с собой все, что ты видишь. Это главное правило этой игры.
Solidify!
Так, ну может поговорить с Кицин? Что ты скажешь?
The Millilith's casualties are within the range we expected. But in hindsight, there were still flaws with our plan. If we'd had more time, we could have built a barrier here to absorb the impact of the waves.
Но теперь есть время подготовиться.
We must learn from this experience and never repeat the same mistakes again. We were fortunate to have your assistance this time. Thank you.
Какая была точка телепортации? О, ничего себе! Ничего себе! Это мы там можем теперь... О, хорошо. Меня интересует один такой момент. Есть ли здесь сундуки?
Wow! Everyone's already seated!
А где Джун Ли? Как же без Джун Ли?
Paimon's first time attending a banquet in the Jade Chamber.
All of you here are my distinguished guests. I am determined that each of you thoroughly enjoys yourself. Those who don't drink alcohol, please, help yourself to other beverages. Fine wine is a delight to the senses, but it is far from the only one.
Have you heard? Miss Yun's going to be performing today.
Sure have. Honestly, it's the main reason I'm here. I hear she's going to perform The Divine Damsel of Devastation today, the one written by her father. I've been so excited that I've barely slept the last few nights.
Эти сигилы, как это называется, печати на всякие штучки.
Look, Miss Yun is going on stage.
Все, шоу.
批冠到这里本该接近尾声，但今日我再添一笔，唱与诸位听。日后为民言故事，自有知音和情思，红英烈烈见了心，只知不操心。彼时鹤归，茫茫天地无依靠，孤身离去。今日再会，新朋旧友坐满堂，共聚此时。
What did you think? Personally, I thought I sang rather well.
Это было очень классно. У меня просто мурашки и очень красивое пение, и визуальная составляющая. Да, потрясающе.
It was wonderful. Also, Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks to you, the Divine Damsel of Devastation is a more nuanced tale than ever. The play has an ending, but life goes on. I believe you will find a way to fit in Liyue Harbor.
Thank you. I think I've found the opportunity I needed to change.
Ms. Yun, here you are. Great to see you.
Куда же без пьяных мужчин?
Hey, this young lady with the white hair looks like some kind of VIP. Yeah, that's it, like an adeptus. Wait, you're the girl from the opera, aren't you? The divine damsel herself. And look who else we have here, the illustrious traveler. Well, I'll be. This was definitely worth showing up for. Let me pull up a chair, all right? We'll all have a friendly chat, get better acquainted.
Alternatively, you could leave us alone. That is, if you'd prefer to finish your drink via the orifice of your own choice.
Жестоко, но смешно.
Uh-oh, this feels all too familiar. Shen He's back to her old self again.
Hey, what are you doing?
Calm down, Shen He. Calm down.
Отлично. Ух. Так, а что по БП? Вопрос. А где вход? Или это? Это он.
This gives good market insight.
Это не выход. А где кабинет Нингуа? И тут что-то есть. Это что?
Sorry. Anything business
Ой, хорошо.
is confidential.
А появится ли такая ваза в чайнике? Такая ваза очень нужна.
Sorry.
В целом, я думаю, что сюжетка, это была сюжетка, наверное, получилась очень классной. Вот, некоторые моменты немножко я тупила, но как бы тут вина не игры. И я думаю, что все-таки на сегодня можно с этим закончить, а Энканомию открыть через пару дней. Вот, потому что мне очень понравилось выступление Юнцзинь. И хочется как можно выйти. И хочется как-то еще с ней побыть чуть-чуть, может быть. А не погружаться. Где они? Их уже нет. Вот, ну и в общем, да. Я думаю, что на этом можно заканчивать. Спасибо всем, кто был, кто подсказывал. И вот, да, надеюсь, вам было интересно и приятно смотреть, не учитывая некоторые моменты. Но, по крайней мере, послушать выступление Юнцзинь и еще раз узнать историю Шень Хэ, я думаю, это было хорошо.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
Поэтому всем спасибо за просмотр и хорошего вечера.